Unfortunately, in 2017, the big Warner Bros. DC superhero team-up film Justice League was riddled with production problems. Rewrites from producer Jeff Johns created rifts with Academy Award-winning screenwriter Chris Terrio and Warner Bros. Executives. Director Zack Snyder had to step back from post-production due to the untimely death of his daughter, and acclaimed Avengers director Joss Whedon took over post-production and reshoot duties. The production budget of $300 million made the film one of the most expensive in history, and due to the negative reception of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice's theatrical cut, Warner Bros. Hosted a footage summit for a number of writers, including Joss Whedon, Alan Heinberg, Seth Grahame-Smith, and Andrea Berloff. This led to a number of rewrites whilst filming was already underway. But none of that comes close to the absurd nature of a particular actor and their facial hair. That's right, this month we're putting the infamous tale of Henry Cavill's moustache, also known as TacheGate, in focus. Films with a large budget such as this will almost always plan and budget for reshoots just to be sure that any mistakes can be fixed or any minor changes can be made. The typical budget allocated for this is between $6 and $10 million. However, Warner Bros. Needed to pay a whopping $25 million for what Joss Whedon deemed necessary to reshape or in his opinion save the film. This meant more time. Unfortunately, this conflicted with Superman actor Henry Cavill's schedule for Mission Impossible Fallout, a part which required him to have a moustache. As you may remember, Superman doesn't actually have a moustache, or any facial hair for that matter, so this proved problematic. The producers approached Fallout director Christopher McQuarrie, who happily gave his permission to have Cavill shave the moustache in exchange for $3 million, the estimated cost to Paramount to shut down production on Fallout and then digitally fill the moustache in. Great, problem solved. Only the executives at Paramount had different ideas and rejected the proposal. Since Cavill was bound by contract and Warner Bros. Had no option but to agree, they had to develop an alternate plan. Their VFX team would have to use visual effects to digitally remove the moustache in post-production. It was said by producer Charles Roven that 80 to 85% of the movie remained the same, with 15 to 20% being reshot. It's hard to know exactly how much of that featured Cavill, but let's take the worst case scenario. 20% of a 2-hour movie is about 24 minutes. 24 minutes is 1,440 seconds, which, assuming the film was shot at 24 frames per second, is 34,560 frames. If it all featured Cavill, that's a lot of frames to remove a moustache from. The end result was quite jarring to a lot of fans. Many stated that his face fell into the uncanny valley, a visual phenomenon that occurs when we encounter something that is almost, but not quite human. It was first discovered by Japanese roboticist Masahiro Mori in 1970, who identified that as robots became more human-like, people would find them to be more acceptable than they would their over-mechanical counterparts. But this was only held true to a point. When they were close, but not quite close enough, humans develop a sense of unease and discomfort, which would only go away when either the likeness increased or decreased. This strange dip became known as the Uncanny Valley. The film was released to a mixed to negative response from general audiences and critics, and only managed to earn $657 million worldwide, shy of the $750 million break-even point after marketing fees were accounted for, thus resulting in a $60 million loss for the studio. There were many problems cited with the film, such as pacing, writing, the overuse of CGI enemies, and so on, but the response from fans about Superman's face was huge. Hashtag Henry Cavill's moustache was trending worldwide on Twitter, as well as a number of accounts being created to honour it. Someone even taught an AI to search for images on Google of Cavill as points of reference for a deep learning technology that can manipulate images and video. The staggering results proved that a $500 computer was able to replicate the effects applied in Justice League with arguably more success. Of course, with the internet being the internet, this technology is also being applied to celebrities being placed on pornographic films, causing an enormous amount of controversy and scandal. I still can't help to think that Paramount were a little harsh, and it would have been a lot easier to give Cavill a fake tash. So there you have it. I've been Tommy for the Insider Network, and if you like this sort of content, make sure to like and subscribe and let us know in the comments below what else you would like to see featured in future episodes. You can check out our weekly movie news roundup show in case you missed it, our monthly Oscar winner debates on In Dispute, our top 10 videos and movie reviews all right here on this channel, or if you prefer in podcast form at podcast.insidernetwork.co.uk, iTunes, Spotify and Google Podcasts. Thanks for watching.